So I'm going to switch gears back for a second now.
Yeah.
And talk about Collectors Volume 2.
Yeah, we're here to sell some collector's books.
Shameless plug. And so in here, you have a story with Stan the Man.
Well, in the second book, when I was working on that one, I got interviewed for Stan Lee's website. And they ran the interview. And well, actually, before they ran the interview, they contacted me. Stan Lee's people contacted me, and they said, hey, we think it would be kind of a fun idea if when we run the interview on his website and on his social media, if you did one of your comic strips with Stan Lee doing a cameo in it. And you don't say no to Stan Lee. So I got the pleasure, let me dig it out here. I got the pleasure of drawing Stan Lee. And the basic gag of that comic strip was I'm waiting in line at a convention for a Stan Lee signing. And I tell my wife, I tell Kristen, hold my Avengers #4 so I can go to the bathroom. And of course, while I'm gone, Stan Lee comes walking down the line, and grabs the book and signs it. And my wife, who doesn't know who Stan Lee is, freaks out and tries to rub off the ink and ruins the book in the process. And the funny thing is, well, I don't know if it's funny, but it was funny to my wife when she found out. When they ran the strip on his social media, on his Facebook and Twitter and all that, people attacked my wife mercilessly.
Oh, really?
They who is this B? Who is this effing B? Doesn't know who Stan Lee is. Oh, yeah. And I actually did a follow-up strip in here of my wife talking about all the stuff that people were saying online. And I was in shock. I was like, oh, my God. And I tried to hide it from my wife. I don't know how you hide social media posts from another person, but I was like trying not to bring any attention to it because I didn't want her to see it. And it lasted about a week, and she finally saw it, and I was like, oh my God, I was mortified because they were saying somebody killed that bee. Oh, I'd divorce her. Really rough stuff.
Wow.
Some of it in the strip there is actually, hold on. I'll bring it up really quick.
Wow.
Because they let me reproduce the full interview in the book and the comic strip. And then the next comic strip afterwards is my wife following up, talking about what happened. And in one panel here, those are some of the actual comments and replies. Wow. And the ones I put in the book were the ones that weren't filled with expletives.
Yeah.
But when my wife saw it, she just laughed her head off. She said, oh, you fanboys take everything so seriously. Oh, my God, you nerds. And she just laughed at it. So she had a good old time reading it, and I was relieved.
For anyone that doesn't know your wife is amazing. She is such an amazing person, like this ball of energy and laughter and smiles. Every time I see her, it puts a smile on my face.
Yeah, in fact, when we first were dating, and believe it or not, one of our dates was going to my parents' house to paint their living room.
Oh, okay.
And because I said, I can't, I called her and said, I'm sorry, I have to cancel this Saturday, whatever plans we have for the afternoon, because my mom and dad asked me if I would come and help them paint their living room. And I didn't want to say no. And she said, I'll go with you. I love to paint. Cool. And so she came along, and my mom was just amazed that this girl that I haven't been dating that long wanted to come and paint her living room and was just smiling and laughing the whole time. So I mean,
but that's her energy. That's it's infectious. She
has her moods where she gets fussy and all that. But
I think we all do.
Yeah, of course. But she is the type that likes to just laugh and joke around, sometimes at my expense even, and just enjoys what we're doing. She co-manages the shop, for those who don't know.
And she's awesome, and she does a great job. She went from someone who wasn't into comics to really being someone who is reading. I think she reads more than you.
Oh, she does. The surefire way, I tell people the surefire way to never have time to read comics is to own a comic book shop. But yeah, when we first started running the shop, because I told her, look, I can't do this by myself. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And she, at the time, was not working. She had spent like a decade working for an organization helping young girls that were going in and out of the juvenile justice system, and it was really stressful.
I can imagine.
But that was her passion, working with youth and young girls, and it was really stressful, and she just wanted to do something different for a while. So she wanted to do something non-stressful, like owning your own business. So she decided to do it with me, and when she was on shift alone at the shop, she would constantly be texting me going, what is this character? Where do I find this? What storyline is this? And she got tired of people asking her questions that she couldn't answer, that she finally just said, okay, I'm tired of it. I'm going to start reading everything that comes out. So every Tuesday when we would unpack the books for Wednesday, she would just take a bunch of stuff and go home and just read. And she's just a big reader. She's always been a big reader anyway. So from reading books to reading comics was just not a big
Jump.
difference. It wasn't a big jump for her. So and now she's even playing Magic. So, yeah, she runs a casual league on Wednesdays at the shop, and she's all into Magic now.
I love it. She's really immersed herself in that world, and you've rubbed up on her, and it's awesome to see her kind of grow this passion for it and see that.